everyone. A very good evening to all of you and welcome to this. Um, Kindly confirm if I am properly audible and visible. Thank you. Here is another editorial for you all, and we are going to go through the analysis in a while. Before that, let me give you a couple of updates. So, classes are regularly taking place on this channel, our main channel. On our main channel, CGB Mentors, classes are Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Okay, and these classes that they are at 1:30 p.m. These are practice classes. Mostly they are for EPFO, or we have a special session. So yes, 1:30 p.m. there. And here classes are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday, where we are doing topic-wise practice at 1:30 p.m. Like today we practiced questions based on grammar. Also, we have 8 p.m. editorial session, which is this session series going on. So we skim, हम vocab सीखते हैं, हम इसमें grammar practice करते हैं because just memorizing the rules isn't enough. And then we go through some questions. So I have added some bonus questions in today's session as well. Okay, so that's what we do. Those who don't know me, my name is Niharika John Mehra, and I have been teaching English for more than 10 years, and here I am with daily classes for you all. अगर किसी को भी PDF चाहिए है, in the description there is a Telegram link. Join a Telegram group. बहुत अच्छे से आपको आसानी से PDFs मिल जाएंगी. And जल्दी से like और share कर दो session को. Subscribe now if you haven't. We'll start with skimming. Skimming is a needed skill for your exam. आपको skimming सीखनी पड़ेगी अगर आपको एग्जाम में टाइम बचाना है, एक्यूरेसी लेकर आनी है, which by default we all want that, right? So you have to practice this skill in order to be good at it, and that is jumping and reading, jumping some words, not reading each and every. तो आप इसे ट्रांसलेट नहीं करोगे, यू वोंट रीड एज इफ आपको स्पीच के जैसे याद करना है इसे. You won't go through it in a way where you would pronounce each and every word in your mind. पूरा जैसे PM नरेंद्र मोदी, you can just read Modi surname and you know कि किसके बारे में बात हो रही. There are some words, some numbers which you can skip, and you need to train your brain to focus mostly on subjects and verbs and relevant information. So when we do different topics daily, your brain starts to understand, okay, just looking at the word, not even reading in the mind, looking at the word, the brain knows कि क्या बोल रहा है. And that's what is skimming. तो अभी मैं आपको 2.5 minutes का time दूंगी. You have to skim, and then once you are done skimming the whole article, this is article taken from the Hindu, you can let me know that what is the main idea, main message, actually not main idea but the main message of the passage. Please start reading. You can mention in one line what you have understood, because this time is enough for skimming, like more than it. चलो let me explain. You can also cross check कि आपने क्या समझा है, क्या सही समझा है. So bad blood uh, on India-Canada ties, things are not as smooth as we want. India and Canada must use every opportunity to reset ties. Reset करने के लिए, ties को बेहतर करने के लिए, we must work on. So what is happening? 10 years after he last visited Canada, PM will travel to um, Kananaskis, Alberta, as a special invitee to the D7 Summit outreach. Now, outreach is any kind of a program which is an engagement program, with some hopes that the invitation from PM Mark Carney will give the two countries a chance to reset bilateral ties. And there is a chance, because he has been invited, we think there is a chance कि हमारे जो mutual relations हैं, ties हैं, वो better हो पाए. Mr. Carney's call to Mr. Modi last Friday took many by surprise. It took by surprise means many people were surprised, as it appeared to come at the last minute. तो पहले से नहीं न्योता दिया था, आखिरी मिनट में. And possibly after some back channel calls to ensure neither side would be embarrassed by the outcome. Back channel calls means there were some unofficial calls made so that ये थोड़ा embarrassment ना हो. Under fire for the invitation despite a pending trial against Indian government agents in Canada. So under fire here means he is of course not at a strong position. He said, Mr. Carney said quite rightly that India as a major world economic force deserves to be part of G7 outreach deliberations. Okay, so deliberations are the discussions. So he has said, Mr. Carney has said that India being a very strong force, major force, economic force, should be the part of G7. Regardless of the reasoning, both the invitation and acceptance indicate a desire on both sides to take India-Canada ties out of the present lows. So, regardless of this reasoning, invitation का दिया जाना और accept किया जाना, दोनों ही जो हैं, okay, both of them indicate a desire on both sides. India भी करना चाहता है, Canada भी कुछ करना चाहता है. So in the past 2 years, after former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau went public, so after the former PM, he went public with thus far unsubstantiated allegations. उनके पास कोई पुख्ता सबूत नहीं थे, only allegations, and that also not substantial ones, that India was behind the assassination of Khalistan activist Hardeep and was targeting other Canadian nationals. तो उन्होंने एक भारी allegation डाला था, and our CMP officials even named Home Minister Amit Shah in the conspiracy. After this incident, both countries have cut mission strengths down to a third. मतलब ties हैं and all our things are going on, but at a very very low level. Okay, regardless of the reasoning means in spite of the reasoning, both the invitation and acceptance indicate we know कि ऐसा क्यों करा होगा क्या. So let it be, दोनों ही में these the invitation and the acceptance part is something that shows कि दोनों ही countries थोड़ा ठीक करना चाहते हैं relation. Canada suspended talks for a free trade agreement. Canada ने suspend कर दी, while India temporarily stopped issuing visas to Canadians. और इंडिया ने भी अपना स्टेप लिया, citing persistent threats to Indian diplomats, and the reason that India gave was that Indian diplomats को threats है, so we stopped giving them visas. Apart from considerable trade and investment, so apart from trade investment part, both of them are inextricably, that means inseparably bound by their people. By the people, by the people in the country, civilians, उन्होंने जोड़ के रखा है. Over 1.8 million are settled in Canada but remain connected to India. So we all know the connectivity of like the relationship people have living in Canada from India, vice versa and all. Given the tough task ahead, teams preparing the Carney Modi meeting must work with the utmost sensitivity. This is a suggestion that because of the all past incident and the crux of the matter was something very sensitive. Now also we want to maintain the sensitivity. While ties have nosedived, means gone down suddenly. They have had a history of bad blood dating back to the 1970s, primary over the Khalistan issue. Khalistan issue को लेकर पहले भी um, the bitterness between them was seen. It would be naive to imagine. I mean, it would be something not learning from the experience to imagine that these issues can be resolved in a summit. ये तो नादानी की बात हुई, एक summit में सब ठीक हो गया. But a considered decision by both leaders to publicly show respect for each other's position is necessary. But diplomatically अगर देखें तो दोनों लीडर्स एक दूसरे को रिस्पेक्ट करें, वो दिखाना लोगों को उनकी पोजीशंस के लिए ज़रूरी है. रिटर्निंग द हाई कमिश्नर्स एंड अदर डिप्लोमैट्स टू देयर पोस्ट इज एन इम्पेरेटिव. जो हाई कमिश्नर डिप्लोमैट्स हैं उनको वापस उनके पोस्ट को दे देना अलॉन्ग विद अ पॉसिबल टाइमलाइन फॉर रेस्टोरेशन ऑफ ट्रेड टॉक्स हमारे रिस्टोर ट्रेड टाइज रिस्टोर हो जाए इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. स्पीकिंग इन पार्लियामेंट, मिस्टर खानी सेड that Mr. Modi has agreed to a law enforcement dialogue, where no doubt the Nizar case and issues over Khalistan threats to Indian diplomats and community centers will come up. So already Mr. Khani is clear that, and he has given a statement that Mr. Modi will, he is going to be a part of the dialogue, and there will be, of course, these old cases, old incidents that will show up. And the public messaging from the meeting will be the important part of ensuring a path to improved relations. So what message public gets after the discussions and from the discussions is very important. Summit level meetings such as the one planned in this city can only open a door toward bettering ties, मतलब अच्छा करना ties को. It is the necessarily tedious and painstaking talk. Now, painstaking means very thorough है ये discussion. Talks are discussions. Tedious है behind the scenes, क्योंकि सब कुछ सही भी करना है, सुधारना भी है, पिछली वाली चीज़ें अभी भी haunt भी कर रही हैं. That will actually allow the two countries to step through those doors and essay a different way of engaging each other. Essay as a verb use हुआ है, इसका मतलब है attempt करना. Essay writing वाला essay नहीं है ये. So that's how it is. ठीक है? Chalo, I'll quickly take you through some vocab and oh, outreach is an engagement program, a program or an activity जहाँ पे लोगों तक पहुँचा जा सके और target audience. Back channel is something which is unofficial, covert, secret negotiation. Embarrass, शर्मिंदा करना, humiliate करना. Anything which is unsubstantiated is baseless. Okay, substance है ही नहीं. That's why unsubstantiated. प्रमाण नहीं दे सकते. No evidence. Conspiracy is plot, षड्यंत्र रचना, negative planning. Inextricably is something which is so closely joined you cannot separate. You won't be able to disjoint them. Naive is anyone who is very innocent, simplistic, and that is because of lack of experience. Anything which is imperative is urgent, very urgent, critical, necessary. Deliberations are the discussions, especially consultations, not negotiations, but when people sit together to come up with a solution or want to plan something ahead, those discussions. Summit level is the level high up, top tier के लोग जो मिल रहे हैं उनके मिलने को summit बोलते हैं. Okay, of course you meeting your friends to plan a third friend's birthday is not going to be a summit. Essay as a word, very interesting word, is to attempt, venture, प्रयास करना. So you can use this word in your essays. Okay, the noun वाला essay. पेन्सटेकिंग इज मेटिकुलस, समथिंग जो बहुत हार्ड वर्क डिमांड करेगा, उसे हम पेन्सटेकिंग कहते हैं। ओके, यू कैन लर्न दिस वे। पेन्स को लेना पड़ेगा, पेन्स टेकिंग, और पेन्स को लेना क्या होता है, बहुत सारा परिश्रम करना। Editorial, there is someone who has written a summary. I would like to read that one line. The editorial says, our PM Modi will visit Canada. That will help retain ties after the issue. This summit, yeah. So everything is about um, invitation and the acceptance of it, and what would be the possible outcome, what could be the outcome, what is the flashback related to it, and all that. Give me the main subject and the verb here. Offers a chance to have, it's, yeah, so we have a second chance. How do we establish it? How do we take things like that? See, under fire for invitation despite a pending trial, under fire for A, B, C, D, E, F, G, doesn't matter. Mr. Carney said. So he said, that's the main thing. In fact, after that, I'm getting India deserves something, which is the secondary subject. Okay. So main subject and main verb is Mr. Carney said. There is a subject and he did something said. So the sentence is an indirect narration. Part of speech. Low is an adjective for sure, but it is lows. Ties out of what? Out of lows. This is your noun. Present is adjective. Hmm. Part of speech. It is an adverb. Good job, guys. Okay. बताओ बताओ बताओ. Part of speech this one. Adjective. After remain adjective ही मिलेगा. After remain, become, look, you usually get adjective. Subject verb agreement. This sentence. So, uh, returning the high commissioners and other diplomats to their posts. Returning all these people to their posts. This returning of the people, this returning as a gerund is your subject and is the verb. You guys are smart. So the tone was diplomatic, cautiously optimistic that things will turn out to be for better, and analytical, analyzing the situation, the ties between India and Canada. So summary goes like this. आप इसको as an example ले सकते हो for pressy writing. India-Canada relations deeply strained since 2023 over Khalistan separatist issue may find a path to restoration. So there is a hope through PM Modi's upcoming visit to the G7 outreach. The editorial highlights the surprising but significant invitation that is extended by the Canadian PM. Now, despite tensions stemming from allegations that were related to the assassination of Hardeep Singh, while neither side has removed the retract from position, both of them are not accepting or negating anything. The editorial suggests that the summit offers a symbolic opening. It's just the beginning of something good can happen through this to reset the ties. Historically tense since 1970. अभी तो 2023 के पहले भी there were tensions over the Khalistan movement. Bilateral ties have seen diplomatic downgrades, suspended visa services, and halted trade talks. The article calls for mutual reinstatement. Now, अभी mutual ही दोनों को strong करना पड़ेगा. Cautious respect for each other. They have to make sure a clear message goes regarding the cooperation. So, editorial concludes that while summit diplomacy can set the tone, real progress still will depend on behind the scene negotiations की actual बात होती क्या है. Are doing the questions now? Is the answer. What is the editorial suggested approach to resolving the diplomatic stalemate? Stalemate is a situation where no progress is seen. So, rebuilding diplomatic ties through symbolic gestures, that is the G7 here, and quiet negotiation. Quiet negotiation means you don't have to disclose each and everything, but जो भी बात हो आराम से बिना शोर शराबे के हो जाए, something like. Why was PM's invitation considered surprising? It came last minute. See, we don't know it was made public or not. It was issued during an international trade dispute, not mentioned. It came just at the last minute amid controversies involving Indian agents. So definitely second answer B है. So third one थोड़ा सा distort हो गया है. A option and then three options are here. So the following best describes the editorial's tone regarding summit diplomacy. So answer is B again. Okay. So the tone that describes supportive but cautious. It's not all positive. It's not all negative. So इसी में आप पूरा यहाँ पे eliminate कर सकते हो options. Answer is C. The Khalistan separatist movement. It has been a long-standing issue that is a consistent source of tension between the countries. Clearly mentioned in the passage in the editorial. Answer is C again. What does the editorial emphasize as the most impactful outcome of the Modi Kani meeting? The nature of public messaging and diplomatic signaling. ये ध्यान देना है कि फाइनल क्या होता है. Yes, so go through the error detection questions. Excuse me. So the new policy, though well intentioned, lacked both clarity and failed to consider something. Now, of course, fails नहीं आएगा because we have already used lacked. So यहाँ पे failed आएगा for 6. Answer is D. The answer to this one is E. Barely had the session commenced. So we have inversion with barely, rarely, seldom we use when. That's correct. A sudden blackout disrupted what? The proceedings. For what? For how much time? Because हम एक time period दे रहे हैं. So for सही है for over an hour. No error. 8th one. Every applicant is expected to furnish his or her documents even if they are sent electronically. Okay, so here if I say they are sent electronically, of course it could mean applicant, it could mean, there is a syntax error basically. So they are sent electronically ना बोलते हुए we could go with he or she is sending them electronically. तो थोड़ा ये पूरा पोर्शन ही आपको इवन इफ के बाद में चेंज करना पड़ेगा. ओके. The report was so elaborately written that it concealed more than it revealed, leaving the reviewers confused. Past, बिल्कुल सही, no error. Uh, okay. I'll explain the 8th question once again. So in this case, there is no error. Answer is E, no error. The previous question, when we are saying every applicant is expected to furnish his or her documents. So after even if I use they, this creates, they are sent electronically. This is creating confusion that what do I mean? Are applicants sent electronically? That is very absurd. Documents are sent electronically. So this is called a syntax error where clarity is missing. Hence we change couple of words, we make it clear. Even if he or she is sending them electronically. So sometimes the error is with respect to the clarity part. Then Okay, so here answer is B. Under no circumstances, this is another, actually answer here is C, not B. So B and C both basically. So this part should be in inversion. Under no circumstances, under no reason, when we use such phrases, we have to again follow the inversion. So under no circumstances should the documents be disclosed. Okay, so B and C both would be considered the answer. But अगर केवल error बताना है, see, if such a question comes in your exam and error is to be pointed out, answer आपका C होगा, because that's the wrong use of verb. Okay, correction of course will be in B and C both, but आपका question error वाला है, तो C is the error. Prior authorization, why though? Authorization is uncountable. It is not a specific authorization, so no need of the. Let's quickly do some word usage questions. मैंने आपको ये वर्ड सिखाया है पहले, a few days back. Vindicate is to clear. So the surveillance footage helped vindicate the accused. Accused का नाम साफ करने, clear करने में is the answer. Let's go to the 12th question. Answer to this one is B. So a price takes off after it. If you want to talk about informing someone, so if you inform someone about something, then you will say I apprise that person of something. So apprise के साथ of सिर्फ यहाँ पर है. Other places we don't get this. So answer is B for the 12th one. Last question. Now anything tacit is something that you don't tell explicitly in words, but it is understood, inferred. So answer here is B. He gave his tacit approval through a written statement. Okay, so that's what it is, and that's why it was understood through the written statement. It was not something spoken, literally spoken. So 13 is your answer. Okay. Sure. Thank you so much, all of you, for attending the session. Get the PDF through our Telegram. For that, join the Telegram. Link is in the description below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.